Hello, um, good afternoon. David Unana here again, and my channel is dedicated to helping each and every one of us solve this money problem once and for all. Um, Again, I trust that all of the content on the channel, they are really you're finding them interesting. Really not top notch there yet, but at least the content, I do believe that it's making sense to you. And I always, I also feel rather that I should go to a studio, maybe do a voiceover so that the videos will be, top notch, high quality, nice background and all. But I will do that. However, I just want progress to be documented and visible and clear. In other words, I want to look back to the days when I used to, do selfies, I used to post content on YouTube just by holding my phones and videoing myself and all of that. So that as we grow, we'll be able to, organize studio sessions, the video qualities, the sound and everything. Thanks for putting up with everything. We will grow, as I grow, I trust that you too, you will grow as we engage each other. I want to discuss with you on why all motivational speakers sound the same and what really is the secret to success. Why do all motivational speakers sound the same? For those who read a lot, after a while you just realize that, come on, all these people, all these self-help books, they are circulating and circulating the same materials rather. After a while you begin to see and notice that these guys, it's like they are saying the same thing, and at that point the temptation is to feel used. I felt that way. Like, are you serious? Everybody will just go and write a book and assemble what you copied from someone else and all of that. But I want to help you find out, answer that question. Why do all motivational speakers sound the same, and what exactly is the key to success? This is a freestyle, the secret to success rather. This is a freestyle, not reading from any script, I'm just talking. And the first thing I want to say is that the reason all motivational speakers sound the same is because no one is asked to reinvent the wheel. The secret to success is the same. How will I put this? You see, how this world was created is that God created man, and every other man had to be reproduced following the same principle of reproduction, or would I say the same process. So the reason why all motivational speakers sound the same is because the principles of success, they are the same. The road to success is the same. You see, that when this should come either as a shocker to you or make you annoyed, sad. Somebody said what I'm saying should make you glad, sad or mad. Either of them is alright. I'm saying that nobody was asked to reinvent the wheel. You're not going to discover anything new. The road to success has been documented in books. You just need to get books and read. But why does after a while you realize that the books are basically saying the same thing, circulating the same concept, principles, ideas, insights? It's just the same. It's just one rather, that the principle to success is the same, But if truly the road to success, the principles of success, they are the same, which is why motivational speakers sound the same, that then means that number two, all of them cannot be wrong. There's no need struggling to do what has not been done before. No, that's not what I intend to say. Like, there's no point trying to create another principle by which you will succeed. There's no need. You will wear yourself out. You are kicking against the pricks, and it won't work that way. Everybody cannot be wrong. For instance, people tell you to engage the market, that get your hands busy, that when you start out in life, what you are doing is not as important as the fact that you are doing something, to engage the market, you plug in and rise. Everybody cannot be wrong. There's no need struggling to sit down somewhere and reinvent something, reinvent another principle by which you will live life. Principles have already been documented, in the over 6,000 years man has been on this earth. And you will just save yourself time, stress, and energy by picking up these principles and running with them. Do you understand that? So I'm saying that all motivational speakers will sound the same because the principles to succeed, they are the same. And secondly, that means you do not need to reinvent the wheel. You don't need to come up with another principle. You just need to find out what's been written and then you run with it. Now, if the principles to success are the same, what then is the secret to success? Because the logic will be that the principles to success, they are the same. That's why motivational speakers are sounding the same. Then what really is keeping people from succeeding? I have another dimension to that answer. The popular general, response to that question has always been that, you are a failure because of something you don't know, or something you know but you are not doing, or something you know and you have done but you are not doing it long enough for it to yield results. That answer is correct and is general, but I want to submit to you something I have discovered, which is the reason why people don't succeed, and which is actually the real secret to success. You see, all motivational speakers will tell you to, be determined. You must be focused. You must be consistent. You must save. And all the, general principles that you know of. But the question is, why are there so many failures? There are so many failures because my response is this. There's actually a secret to success, but that secret will be known only to you. I want to let that sink in. There's a story about one man called Samson. I don't want this to be more than 10 minutes of talk. That guy called Samson in the Bible, the man was a very strong man. He would sleep with one woman here, Delilah would do this. But, if you analyze the story of Samson very critically, his problem was not the women he slept with. His problem was that he revealed the secret of his life, which is the fact that his strength was tied up in the locks of his hair. I'm saying that the secret to success is known only to those who have succeeded. If we ask them to tell us, they will be telling us what motivational speakers talk, which is be determined, you must be consistent, you must whatever. But I'm submitting to you that everybody who rises to a notable level of success has a secret they are not divulging. And the day they divulge that secret, they will start going down. Look, they may not even be aware of these things, but there are secret things there are hidden things that power physical massive success. There's somewhere, I can't remember the place now, but Apostle Paul was talking in maybe 1 Corinthians. He was saying that no man knows the things of a man except the spirit of that man. It's the same way no man knows the things of God except the spirit of God. What that means is you don't know God. It's only the spirit of God that really, really knows God. If you know, there are things the spirit of God knows about God that makes God God. If you know those things, you will become God. It's the same way you yourself, you have a spirit that knows things about you that nobody else knows. And that thing that your spirit knows is what will make you succeed. I'm saying that after a while, after you have been consistent, everything motivational speakers tell you. So I want to quickly say that all the things motivational speakers tell you, they are the starting point to the journey of success. You need to be determined. It's true. You need to be focused. You need to be whatever. It's true. But you find out that in your life, you have been focused before, you have been determined before, you have been consistent, and things didn't work. Reason is because there is actually a secret to success, that in addition to your being determined, being whatever, you will later stumble upon a certain code combination that works for only you. And by the time you start engaging those things, you begin to hit the kind of success that your life demands. We are not all the same. The principles to success, they are the same, but human beings, we are different. Our faces are different. We are actually basically different. Different tribe, tongue, race, and all of that. And there's no one rule fits all. I said the secret to success, the principles of success, they are the same. I know it's true. But I'm saying that in those ones that all of us are aware of, that apply to all of us, those are the starting points. But eventually you will now stumble upon certain things, certain information, certain code combinations, permit me to use that word, where you now stumble by trial and error. You now realize that, this thing works, this thing doesn't work. Now, when you hit that thing like that, let me warn you, don't tell anybody. Practice it for long. Those are the things they call legacies. That is when on your dying bed, that's when you now divulge that information to people. Somebody called Jacob in the Bible, he wrestled with an angel, blah 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 blah. You know the story. It was on his bed, deathbed. He leaned upon his staff and he was telling his children that an angel appeared to me and all of that. So we will now know that, the reason why Jacob was at it was because something happened to him one day like that. My point is, you can't be somebody with loose mouth. You can't talk anyhow. The secret of your life is actually a secret that only you must know. It's not everything you do that people will know. Let them guess. Let them say, the man is very determined. By the way, here's a fun fact. When they call you to tell them about principles of success, don't worry. Tell them to be determined. Tell them to be consistent. Tell them to be focused. Tell them to be persistent. You must be persistent. But you know that that's not actually the thing that is setting you apart. What is setting you apart is known only to you. That after you have started out riding upon the wings of those principles motivational speakers and everybody talks about, after trying and failing, trial and error, knowledge, that thing is called knowledge actually. After you have not experiential knowledge, I would like to call it trial and error knowledge, But after you've done this, later you will now begin to learn the ropes of life and realize that, this thing works, this thing works, this thing works, this thing works. This one doesn't work. But funny enough, what is not working for you is working for somebody else. That's why the thing is called a secret. What is working for you may not work for somebody else. That's why you cannot open your mouth and tell everybody what you are doing. It may not work for them. I hope this makes sense to you. I have said that the reason why all motivational speakers sound the same is because the principles to success are the same. That means all of them cannot be wrong. What they are saying is actually correct, however. Because human faces is different, our lives are different. There are certain things that are applicable to only us. So that those general principles are the starting point by which we enter into this game of success. But eventually we ourselves will now stumble upon certain code combinations, for lack of a better word, that works only for us. That now becomes the secret to our own unique success. And the greatest error will be to open our mouth and divulge that information to people carelessly. The day we do that, like Samson, we go down, never to rise again. I hope this has made sense to you. Stay tuned for more videos.